Hey, welcome to my channel and to another meal prep. Now seriously, if you blink, you're going to miss this one because both of these recipes were super quick. As I'm sitting here right now, I cannot think of the website they came off of. The recipes that I printed, I don't recall seeing a print button on the website, so I had to copy them over into my Word program. And so it didn't print it on there, so I'm going to have to go back and look it up so I can link it in my recipe. I changed a little bit on both of them, but I will still link it if I can find it again. I'm pretty sure it came off of the same one. I can't remember. Anyway, I am not making my breakfast burritos today because it's a little bit too early in the week for me to make those, and I don't want to freeze them because I don't want to go through the trouble of waiting for them to thaw in case I forget to thaw it out overnight. And I personally have never had luck reheating a frozen burrito. If you have any tips or suggestions on reheating a frozen breakfast burrito, leave them down below because I'd like to know for future reference. So I'm going to wait and do those probably Monday because tomorrow is David's birthday and I'm not going to be doing any prep on that. So what I did make today was a marinated cucumber salad. Just simple, straightforward cucumbers, onions, and some dressing, and garlic shrimp. And you know how fast shrimp cook. It took longer for them to thaw out than it did to cook them. And both recipes are very good. The cucumber salad, I'm going to shake every little bit to keep it coated, and it will be better since I'm making it early. It'll be better after a day or two when all that dressing gets time to soak into it. But the flavor of it is really good now, the flavor of the dressing. And the flavor of the garlic shrimp, very good. I cannot wait to get into that. It would be delicious served over rice if you're not watching your carbs. If you are watching your carbs, you could serve it over cauliflower rice, but I'm just going to eat it as is. And I was going to do some vegetable kebabs, and Harris Teeter was out. They didn't have any. That was among 19 items the produce guy said that they were out of stock and he didn't get. So I just did not go back to look for any. So I'll just have my shrimp and my cucumber salad, and if I'm still hungry, I'll find something. So let's hold on to your seat because this is going to fly by. To start our marinated cucumber salad, I already had part of a regular cucumber in the refrigerator that needed to be used up. So I'm just going to add one seedless cucumber to that. So just use one or two. Then I'm using one small red onion. You can do that to taste, and you can see how I'm slicing it into just little pieces. Add that to your cucumbers. Now for the dressing, I'm starting with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon of mayonnaise, but you can also substitute non-fat plain Greek yogurt for you that are counting points. Then 1 clove of minced garlic, and I like to use it out of the jar. And I don't have fresh dill, so I'm using a teaspoon of dried dill. I did have a dill plant, but I killed it. Then you just want to whisk this together. Well, first of all, salt and pepper it to taste. I will tell you, it did need a little bit more salt when I tasted the cucumbers, but I'm hoping after they marinate a little bit that will take care of that. So just whisk it together until it's completely combined, and then all you have to do is pour it over the cucumbers and onions. Now, I just, instead of tossing it with a spoon, I just put the lid on and give it a good shake. And I'm going to do that while it sits in the refrigerator. I'm going to go in there a time or two a day and just shake to combine it. And that's all there is to the cucumber salad. Now let's start on the shrimp. In our pan we have a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. And I heated that up. I'm using 1.5 pounds of this frozen shrimp. It's raw, deveined, peeled, and the tail off. Just say that 3 times fast. Then we're going to put it in the hot pan, season it with some salt and pepper, and let it cook 1 to 2 minutes. I think mine went about 1.5 minutes. I'm kind of getting ahead of you here, but this is such a quick recipe, there's not really much to say about it. So, like I said, saute that for about 1.5 minutes. You can see it is just barely turning pink. Do not cook it all the way. Now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. That is 5 teaspoons, or it's 5 cloves of minced garlic, but that works out to 5 teaspoons of this minced garlic in the jar. For the seasonings, we have a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Then just stir all that around to mix it up really well. Cook it for another minute to 2 minutes. Don't cook it all the way through just yet. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of chicken bouillon. The original recipe says vegetable, but I don't have that. So trust me, when I tasted it, chicken works just fine. And hot sauce to taste. Whatever kind of hot sauce you like. Listen, Texas Pete is a southern staple. And I don't use much because I don't like the heat. And then we're just going to stir that another minute or 2 until it is cooked through. Then I'm going to pour it, instead of separating it out, into one container, family style, buffet style, whatever you want to call it. And then I will just take my portion out each day. The recipe calls to squeeze some fresh lemon juice over it and then finish cooking it. But I'm going to cut it into 4 wedges here and squeeze it over my shrimp fresh when I eat it. All right, we're through. Here you go. The marinated cucumber salad. 2 net carbs for 1/6 of that recipe. The shrimp, 0 net carbs. You can't beat that. And I'm sure it would probably be close to 0 points if you count points. And then the lemon. So that's it for me. And I'll see you on my next video.